Hello, 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 hello. Hi guys, my name is Sam and this is my friend Greg.
Hello everyone.
And welcome to Home Debate Club. And every week we help you and your family to lead a debate at home at the same time as lots of other people across the country. And Mr. Greg, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks, Sam. I can't wait to hear everybody's opinions. Hello everybody.
Yeah, hi guys, and it's great to have you with us. Now, everything you need to get involved in today's debate should either be on the right-hand side of the screen or the left-hand side of the screen or underneath us, depending upon what you're watching on. And if you want to comment live, like lots of you are already, you can use a second phone or a tablet and go to Home Debate Club on YouTube. Say hello to us in the comments and maybe tell us what school you come from and we will give you a shout out.
Okay, great. So to start Home Debate Club, we have a bit of a game to get us moving. Isn't that right, Sam?
Yeah, we do, Greg. If you joined us last week, you'll know that we played a game called Sit Down, Stand Up. It was lots of fun. Greg is going to have a go at saying a number of sentences. And if they're true about us, and I'm going to do it at the same time as you guys do it at home, we need to respond either by standing up, or sitting down, depending upon if the statement is true or false about us. So, as an example, if Greg was to say, stand up if you're wearing the color red, that is sort of true about me. I'm kind of wearing a purplish shirt, so I might stand up. If I wasn't wearing red, what would I do, Greg?
You sit down, Sam.
You've been paying attention. Well done, Greg. That's exactly what we're going to do. So get ready to listen and respond. And Greg, are you ready to lead us through this?
Totally ready to go. Let's do it, Sam.
All right, so guys, when you're playing with me at the same time at home, just want you to count in your head how many times you stood up or sat down, or if Greg caught you out, to share with us in the comments at the end. So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, that's where you can comment, just as a reminder. I'm ready, Greg. Are you ready?
Okay, right. So Sam, let's get ready. Get yourself stood up. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, you got your shorts on there, Sam?
I do, but okay, I'll jump when you see them.
Oh, beautiful, lovely shorts. Okay, so stand up if you have a brother. Sam's got a brother. Sit down if you've been to the park in the last week. Sam's been to the park, very good. Yep. Stand up if you travel to school by car. Sit down if you have the letter C in your name.
Cool. Just to check my own name.
No C. Oh. Stand up if you've got socks on your feet. Oh, let's see your feet there, Sam.
Oh, yeah, no socks, no socks.
Oh, look at those dirty feet. Sit down if you like to play video games. Sam doesn't like to play video games.
Oh, I think.
Sit down if you think that Greg's beard is better than Sam's beard. No? Okay. And final one, stand up if you're excited to be doing Home Debate Club today.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. Well done, guys. Thanks, everyone, for taking part. So, Sam, did I catch you out with any of those today?
The only tricky one was the beard one, because you made me think about that, but I'm pretty confident in my own beard. So other than that, I thought it was okay.
Okay, well done. I can't wait to find out. I wish I could find out whether people at home thought I had a better beard. But yeah, maybe we'll do that question 1 week in the future.
Maybe we will. So guys, if let us know how you got on in the game. Share a comment with us. Tell us how many times you stood up or sat down. And what I really want to know is, did Greg catch you out at any point and made you think twice before getting your answer in? So we'll. Have you got anybody you want to give us a bit of a shout out to, Greg?
Oh yes, Sam. I like shouting out. So we've got Goresbrook School, great school. Nice to see you, Goresbrook School. Alworth Town Primary School again. Thank you so much for joining in. Hanover's Lobster Pod. Oh, great to see you again. Lobster Pod. We love the Lobster Pod name. Pelican Pod too. Great name. And yeah, there's loads and loads of people joining it. Oh, so Seal Pod as well. Lots of people at Hanover Primary School. Hello, everyone. It's so good that you could join us. And Valence Primary as well. Amazing to see you all. We love that you've joined us today on Home Debate Club.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Patel as well, who said that I stood up 3 times and sat down 3 times and apparently didn't get caught out. So that is impressive, Patel. Well done. Right, okay, so before we get on to this week's question, we want to give a huge shout out to everybody that joined us last week, and we had a really big number of young people join us last week. Last week, we asked the question, if coronavirus was a character from a book or television, who would it be and why? It was a really good question, wasn't it, Greg? And we had lots of fun debating it. So many people got involved, and the winning option was sent in by Aidan from London, and his option was Lord Voldemort, or He Who Should Not Be Named.
Amazing. And I loved Aidan's contribution last week. It was such a great idea, and so many people agreed with him. So it was a really fantastic debate. And so thanks to everyone that took part.
Speaking of amazing young people, we have a few more shout outs to do. So last week, a group of young people sent in submissions for us to debate from, either by video, or I think they were all video last week. So we just want to give them a huge shout out for getting involved. So you've heard from him already. He won last week. Big shout out to Aidan in London.
Big shout out to Ava in Tame.
Another shout out to my favourite person in Scotland, Freya.
Yes, Freya, and Cora in London. Great video as well. Thank you again, everybody who took part. It's so good to hear your views on a big question last week. So we're going to move on to this week's debate now. And today's question is a great question. The question is, which word would you use to describe 2020 and why? So Sam, what do you think that this question means?
So I guess there's quite a lot of big events that have happened so far this year. From, if you think back to the bushfires in Australia, or to Brexit happening in January, now to the sort of pandemic and some protests around Black Lives Matter, it's fair to say that there's been a lot going on, maybe more than we would normally expect. And so the question is asking us to think about one word that might encapsulate our experience of all of those things in 2020, and why that word is the one that resonates with us. So that's what the question is asking us. Does that make sense to you, Greg?
Absolutely, yes. That's Sam. Thank you for explaining it.
Cool. So this week, we've got 5 options that we're going to debate on. And we're so pleased that some young people are helping us again to pick the debate options we're all going to discuss in a little while. So our first option comes from Ao in London, and we're going to share with you what he had to say.
So Ao's video is a little bit quiet, so everybody needs to listen very carefully.
My name is Aya, and I'm 8 from London. I think the word that best describes 2020 is extraordinary, because in an ordinary year we would see friends, we would travel, restaurants, bars and cafes would be open, we'd be able to see family, and we'd be able to go to birthday celebrations. Bye!
Wow, that was amazing, Sam, wasn't it? It was so cool. What a great video and brilliant contribution to the debate.
Yeah, what a video, Ao. Extraordinary is your word, and I think that's about right, isn't it? Nothing that's happened so far this year has been ordinary by any stretch of the imagination, and your explanation was so well thought out. So well done and amazing. So that was our first option. Our second option is a word that was submitted actually by 3 separate young people, and they are Maddie and Angel in Swindon and Mia Rose from London. And here's what they all had to say.
So their word is chaotic, and I can see a few people in the comments agreeing with them as a good word to describe the year so far. And their reasoning, I think, is best captured by Angel, whose contribution you can see in the top right there. She says, "My word is chaotic because we're having protests alongside lockdowns, and places we depend on, like shops and schools, are closed." Amazing. Thank you so much to Mia Rose, Maddie and Angel for submitting that. That's a brilliant contribution.
Yeah, well done to all of you 3. That's a fantastic word choice, and a feeling that I've definitely had this year, that everything feels quite chaotic. So well done. to the three of you. Now, okay, so we're on to our third option now. And our third option is another video submission. And this time it comes from Omar in London. And this is what he had to say.
I love this one. Omar, well done. Sorry.
Words I would use to describe 2020 would be boring and upsetting. Upsetting because people could die in this time, and boring because you can't go out and play or see your friends.
Wow, Sam, what a great contribution. That was amazing, wasn't it? So cool.
Yeah, Omar, great word choices, and thank you so much for submitting your opinion. I mean, you're kind of breaking the rules a little bit there by using two words, but I guess we kind of thought that they were both so appropriate and both so well argued by you that we would use them anyway. So well done, Omar. That was really, really good. Right, where are we up to? We're up to our fourth option now, guys. And our fourth option comes from Catherine in Swindon. And this is another visual submission. What has she got to say, Greg?
So here we go. Wow, look at this. What an amazing submission. So Catherine's word is bizarre. As you can see, she's created almost a kind of art piece in her garden. I think that's made out of bricks. I'm not quite sure, but it looks amazing. And Catherine said that I chose bizarre as it has been the most unusual year in many years. We've had COVID-19, Black Lives Matter, Australian bushfires, terrible storms and conspiracies. And it's only 6 months into the year with all the strangeness that we've had, but at least the weather has been pleasant. So a brilliant and creative contribution there from Catherine. So thank you so much for sending that picture in.
Yeah, fantastic, Catherine. Well done. I love how in your answer, you've listed lots of the big events of 2020, a bit like we tried to do as well, and that they've all made this year so bizarre, and it's very high quality in your writing. And I like also how you gave us a little bit of an olive branch at the end with the weather, because I think, that was nice. So well done. Okay, so we're into our fifth and our final option, and this one comes from Gloria in London, and this is what she has to say.
Go on, Gloria.
If I would describe 2020 in one word, it would be surprising, because it started off as a normal year and 3 months in, the pandemic hit us.
Wow, what another great contribution there from Gloria. What a thoughtful and clear contribution, Sam. What did you think of that one?
Yeah, thank you, Gloria. I thought it was a great word choice, and I can see how you've reasoned it really clearly, and you spoke super well in your video. So thank you for your submission. Wow, what great submissions, Greg.
Well, yeah, a brilliant debate, and really good to see a range of different submissions this week. And it's been very difficult to pick the ones we're going to include in this week's debate. So just to remind everybody, here are the 4 options to pick from this week. Option 1, extraordinary. Option 2, chaotic. Option 3, boring and upsetting. Option 4, bizarre. And option 5, surprising. So remember something really important here, that there's no right or wrong answers here. This is about you reflecting and thinking about which one you agree with the most. And we've had 5 amazing suggestions. So thank you to all the young people who sent in their views.
Yes, well done, everybody. So I guess the big question for us all now is, who do you agree with at home, or which of these 5 options is the one that you agree with the most? So let's spend a moment just thinking to ourselves and decide which option we are going to debate for when we have our discussion in a little while. So let's just give us 5 seconds to think about which one we're going to agree with. Okay, well done, guys. Now, one other thing, Greg and I haven't got our opinion in this week, and that's good, because who wants to hear from Greg and I? We're not that interesting. But what we do want to make sure you know is what the sentence starter is to help you in your debate when you have a go at debating in a little while. It'll appear on the screen when you're debating, and it is X, or whatever it is the word of the year. It's my choice because... and then you explain why. So that's going to appear on the screen. Use it if you need help.
And what we're going to need today is somebody to lead today's debate, whether you're at home or whether you're in school. So it can't be an adult. That's really important. It needs to be a child. And this is a really important job. So here's what you need to do. The first thing is you need to stand up like a teacher. The second thing is you're going to point at the person when it's their turn to speak. The third thing is you're going to try and make sure that everybody gets their turn. So it's a nice, fair debate. And when the clock hits 30 seconds, what you're going to say is this home or this class thinks that, and you're going to say your answer, just to remind everybody what the option is that you're voting for.
And for everybody else, you need to decide which you agree with. You need to tell the people around you what your opinion is. And then everybody at the end of the time needs to reach an agreement about which one you're going to vote for. Now, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, and I know that lots of you are, now is the time to make sure you've also got homedebateclub.com open in a separate tab. And otherwise, you won't get to have your vote recorded, and we want to make sure that happens.
Okay, and so after the 5 minutes is up, you'll be able to vote straight away, and it will show you who's first. So try and be first. That's pretty cool if you're first. But really excited to hear your opinions, and you should be seeing the timer appearing on the screen any second now. So, are you ready, Sam?
I am ready.
Let's debate.
Vote now, vote now, vote now. Hi, guys. Right, everybody, debating is now over, and that means that voting is open. I remember you must have reached an agreement with your debating partner or partners before clicking on the option you've decided. All you need to do is click on the option you agree with, and that is you casting your vote. And you've got about 30 seconds to do that, and that started now. Whilst we're waiting, Greg, let's give some people a shout out, shall we, for their really amazing answers.
Absolutely, yeah. So many shout outs to do today because I've seen some brilliant comments from young people. So just to, are you ready for this, Sam? It's quite a list actually today.
Oh, I'm so ready. I was born ready.
So firstly, some suggestions that weren't included I really liked. Harry said unprecedented. I thought that was a fantastic word that you used there, Harry. Marvelous said catastrophe. So being honest about kind of what's happened. Brilliant. Nancy said her dad said it's challenging. Thanks, Nancy's dad, for getting involved. Brilliant. Enoch said mood swings because things are a bit up and down. That's amazing. And Patel said chaotic because lots is happening, but there's many heroes raising money for the NHS. Brilliant contribution. Lisa said cancelled because
I saw that. Good one.
Just kind of cancelled, really, isn't it? And Valence Arc said surprising because there's been lots and lots of surprises. So lots of brilliant words that have been included, and also a big shout out to a few schools that I can see taking part: Axminster, George White, Rawton Junior, Ashford, and Orchard Primary. Brilliant schools that we're very happy that you've joined us today.
Yeah, and just finally one from me as well to Cameron up in Newcastle upon Tyne, who apparently has led an amazing debate in their home. So well done, Cameron, for doing that. So well done to everybody also for getting involved. The discussion this week has been really good, and the options all have their different strengths. But we're now going to reveal the option that had the most amount of votes. It should be appearing on your screen any second. And they're counting it up, and it looks like that we have a win for option B, which is chaotic. Give us your reaction to that, Greg.
Wow. Well, I thought the three pictures and contributions from the people who said chaotic were really persuasive, and I think it's a big word, isn't it? Chaotic. But if we can't use chaotic to describe a year like this, then I'm not sure when we could use it. So yeah, really interesting. Thank you very much for debating, everyone.
Yeah, well done, guys. And it's really interesting to see as well how close all of the votes were. So chaotic was out in front a little bit, but then extraordinary and boring and surprising and upsetting rather and surprising all had a similar amount of votes. So that's really interesting to know that there's such a breadth of opinion. So well done, and what an amazing debate.
So what we like to do at the end of Home Debate Club is to share something great about the people that we're debating with, and we like to just celebrate everyone for sharing the debate or leading the debate and having a say. And I think it would be great if that we did that too. So over to you, Sam.
Yeah, we think this is a really important part of Home Debate Club. Now, I'm going to have a go at doing it first, and then it's over to you guys at home to do it afterwards. So I want to celebrate Omar this week. Omar, I loved your video submission where you shared with us your answers of both boring and upsetting. It's not easy being filmed, I don't think. And Greg and we get it wrong all the time, don't we, Greg? Yeah. But I could see in your video how hard you were concentrating on forming your opinion and saying it clearly, and it came across really powerfully. So well done to you, Omar. I'm celebrating you this week. Now I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do that at home. Celebrate somebody or school, wherever you are, celebrate somebody that you are with and you debated with today. Okay, guys, I think that's long enough. So well done for doing that at home. Now, I also wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody that submitted options this week. I saw a question that just came in that said, how do you submit your options and your videos? Greg will answer that in a little while, but we had loads of submissions last week. And sadly, we can't use all of them. I wish we could. But there's one in particular that I just wanted to mention. And it was from Zara in Swindon. Zara's submission was less like a submission to a debate and more like poetry. And that made it amazing. It was incredible to read. And so, Zara, I just wanted to say to you how impressed we were with your creativity. And also to let you know that we're going to be posting an image and sharing your poem about your word of change on our social media feeds after this debate. So you should check that poem out, everybody, on our feeds. So, well done, Zara. Now, two things to finish, one from me and then one from Greg. Those of you who are used to Home Debate Club will know that the thing I'm going to talk to you about is the mission. The mission, if you choose to accept it this week, is to reflect on your year so far and then tell us about it. You can either draw a picture that summarizes your year, or if you want to, you can write a diary entry that includes all of the favorite things or the events that have happened to you so far this year. We'll be posting a link to the mission in our Home Debate Club Facebook group straight after the debate today. And if you ask an adult, they can get that for you. And in the link, you'll also find some help to complete the mission. So good luck with that.
Okay, so that's the mission. If you've been fired up by what we've talked about today, we'd love to hear from you. My final thing I want to talk about is, would you like to be part of next week's Home Debate Club? We've had amazing ideas and contributions from 5 young people today, but we'd love to get you involved in next week's question. So we're going to post the question on Friday morning on our Facebook group. So if you're on the website, you can click on the Facebook link below. And we'll also tell you the question on our Twitter and Instagram. So search for Home Debate Club on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere else. And when you see the question, tell us what you think. You can send in a picture, some words, a video, whatever you are comfortable with and whatever you'd like to contribute. So check out that question and we will pick the best ones that we see and feature them in the live debate. So just like we've seen from people like Omar today, who sent in a really great video, we would love to hear your ideas too. So join the Facebook group. I think our volunteer Katie's going to pop the Facebook group in the comments. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can join there. And we would just absolutely love to hear from you. And final thing, please subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. And final thing, if you'd like to get email reminders about the question, or go to the Home Debate Club website and there's an email reminder there. So you can pop your email in and we will send you an email with the question on Friday morning. So thank you to everybody who has contributed. Thank you to Sam for showing us his great standing up and sitting down skills and his shorts and his dirty feet. And we will see you at the same time next week, Wednesday at 10:30. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.